sound like it.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Packers and the Silver and Black on Sunday night.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Stadium. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr going to throw right away.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to throw.
Caught out right by Renfro.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw again on second down, Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, Carr, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a first and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Rodgers going to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw his Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There sure must be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now is Carr. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback? Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
On play action, now Carr. He hits Adams, complete. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, You're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
On second down, Dillon.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Packers have taken the lead.
They went empty backfield, their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it. They still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Carr. His throw incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And they work this out past the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
On the draw, Bolden. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Carr. This will be caught at about the 6. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Again, it's Jones. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 82 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there at 18 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. The Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Here's Carr to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Packers in that first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And this will be a Packers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. Able to find Lazard.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Eluding the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 15. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bolden. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Carr. And this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
personnel sets up to kick this away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll look to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Up the middle, Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage. And now it's 4th. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. He hit his first, now this from 43. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10.
To throw his car. The open man here, Renfro. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
A Raider first down, Carter Renfro. That's good.
Looking to throw. That's caught, and I think the ball's out. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On first down, Carr. Looking deep for Adams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at their own 16.
He'll set up to throw from the gun. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On the counter, here's Jones.
And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made at about the 38. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have on front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
Catch made by Watson on the out route.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 36, Rodgers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Balal Nichols in there to take him down.
And a play like that with how far he had to go to make that sack shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. Will be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Carr.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. The Raiders heading out to take over. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll look to throw here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point try now for Crosby. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So out come the Raiders.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The left side throw complete to Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, they'll throw with Carr.
Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The give is to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have their first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A give to Jones. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 173 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. This is Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.